What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Car's Kitchen, and today we are going to make this anything can happen caramel cake, this Hennessy cake spiked with a little bit of Hennessy. So to get started, we're going to cream our butter and sugar, and we are using unsalted butter in this recipe today. And don't forget to scrape down your sides so everything can get blended together. We're going to add 4 eggs to this, and after each egg you want to blend. And make sure you don't over mix in this recipe, you guys. Just blend enough to where you don't see the egg anymore. So now you're going to add in your extracts. I'm using vanilla, and I'm going in with some caramel extract or effusion. And I got that from my local Michael's. And honestly, you can add as much as little as you want. I just tasted a little bit to make sure I had just enough of that caramel, because that caramel is very strong. So I just used a little bit. And now we are going to add in our dry ingredients. And the dry ingredients just consist of flour, baking powder, and a pinch of salt. And again, don't over mix. You just want to mix as soon as the flour disappears. So you're just going to add a little bit at a time and mix. And once you got all your flour in, you can add about a half a cup of Hennessy. Now, if you don't like Hennessy, you can use whatever liquor you want. Or if you don't want a liquor cake, you can just use a half a cup of milk. So after you add in your Hennessy, you just want to divide the batter in between 2 pans. I actually had to go back and double the recipe because I didn't make enough. So I'm going to put the doubled recipe down below. I also forgot to record this part, but I added another 1/4 cup to each pan on top of the cake. So as it bakes, the Hennessy will absorb into the cake. So after that, of course, I threw them in the oven. I threw them in there at 350 degrees for about 40 to 50 minutes. So at this point, my cakes are out and they're cooling, as you can see in the back. So I'm going to start on my caramel icing. I'm just taking some brown sugar, unsalted butter, and a generous amount of salt. And I'm going to wait till that bubble. Once it bubbles, you just add as much Hennessy as you want, obviously. And you just cook it down, turn the heat off, and you let it cool. And as you can see, I just added some powdered sugar. I'm adding the powdered sugar until it thickens up to my desired consistency. So I started with about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of sifted powdered sugar. And at that point, you can add more if you feel like it's thick enough. But I feel like I had to add about 3 cups of sifted powdered sugar. And you want to make sure it's sifted because you don't want clumps and stuff in your icing. So finally, I got it to my desired consistency. And at this point, you just ice your cake like a regular cake. And I completely forgot I doubled the recipe to the cake. So I had to go back and double the recipe for the icing. But it's all right, y'all. I finally got it together eventually, and I decorated the cake. And I also had enough batter to make me some cupcakes and put on top. And as you can see, I was trying to make it a little fancy. I cut a piece of the cake and slid that Hennessy bottle in there. I took some droppers or pipettes and filled them with Hennessy and put them inside the cupcakes to give it a little razzle dazzle, you know, trying to be all fancy. So, and I also made this for my coworker, and she said she loved it, y'all. So if y'all need a liquor cake, book me, all right? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with a friend, and I will see you in my next video.